All right, so on this computer running episode, I don't really know what we're going to find. David's got a lead. David, why don't you tell us about a little bit where we're going?
This is an old friend of mine from high school I reconnected with on Facebook, and his dad is unfortunately in the hospital, probably not going to survive much longer. But he had this old TV repair shop out in Venus, Texas, and he invited us to come out and have a look and see if there was anything interesting in there.
Yeah, so it could be anything. I know that he repaired televisions at one point, so we'll probably find a lot of old TVs in there. But hey, let's just go and see. Let's just see what we have.
This one's my wife's car, but I blew the engine out. She forgot to put oil in it. All the good stuff's probably not over there.
Oh wow, some awesome CRTs in here.
Like I said, what's in the middle? I don't know. You got dead bodies under the
Oh look, here's a Commodore monitor.
Oh, look at that.
It's seen better days, but
A little retro bright would fix that up, I think. I don't see a kind of model number on the front, at least.
See, back there in the corner, you get an antique vacuum tube tester.
probably about 10 or 12 feet deep of stacked TVs. We can't even see over here.
I have a weakness for especially old. Holy smokes! Especially old like Japanese
Oh,
TVs.
look, there's an Amdeck.
What is that?
You're not familiar with those? Fall down. It's a Samsung, but it's definitely looks like something that would have gone with like an IBM compatible from the early 80s.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
So
yeah,
like a
these here are like the best monochrome monitors you could get. They were super sharp. I had one, and like if you had an 80 column display back in the early 80s, that was the monitor to have, because even though they were composite, they were really sharp. Probably didn't work, but ouch. TV parts in here. I'm almost afraid to go in here.
monitor chassis.
Remember, this is scavenged junk from pillar to here.
I know, we can't even see what's
Yeah.
really, 10 feet deep back there. I will admit though, back then I was far more, what's the word to use, polarized about what computers I liked and didn't like. I will admit that. I've changed over the years.
You were an Apple fanboy, is that what you're saying?
No, back then I hated Apple.
Oh,
He was asking me
really?
about that just
He
the other
got me
day.
on the anti-Apple, and I've been calling
Oh,
Apple's
yeah.
trash forever. And when I finally reconnect with him 20 years later, he's the Apple preacher. He's
Right, he
the voice of the
levitates
Apple.
with that. Right.
And I'm like that traitor.
Well, I absolutely hated Apples back then, and I was a Commodore and Amiga guy, and that was it. Everything else sucked. And then I did get into the PCs around the time that I met him in high school. We've got a lot of aluminum there to recycle. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing really collectible about those. But...
Cut it out.
Oh, yeah.
Cat pen in there, and you get a litter box.
He was trying to tell me to make a litter box out of it, which I guess you could.
Yeah, I guess that'd be about what it's good for these days.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I like this one. I'm gonna pull it out at least and look at it. I need a TV from around the late 70s. And it's color. All right, let's do it. That might clean up all right. A little dusty. Hopefully it works. You don't see too many TVs like this from this era and this size that have color. How long that's been sitting in there. All right, so not a lot of computer stuff, but I I have never seen that many TVs from the 70s, early 80s. For the Fairchild video, for those you don't know, I was actually looking for one for a long time, and you just don't find them anymore. But not a lot of computer stuff, unfortunately, but what do you think?
Well, there were a few Commodore monitors, and I was actually tempted to get that Amdec that was back there. Those are kind of unique. But it's so far back I couldn't reach it.
That's the problem. A lot of this stuff we don't even know. I mean, there's things in the back that were just completely inaccessible. You know, there's so much junk and sharp, jagged metal sticking out everywhere. So
I was afraid there might be an avalanche of TVs if you tried to move anything.
Well, and the building it's literally collapsing.
Yeah.
So so I'll get this Panasonic TV home and plug it in and fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. There's no telling how long it's been sitting there, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, who knows? There could be an Apple Lisa in there in the back, and we'll just never know about it. There'd be a stack of Apple Lisas, and we'll have to knock all the TVs down first. Smoke test. Who knows what this thing's gonna do?
Well, I guess these old ones you don't get any power until you actually turn it on.
Is that power strip on? Yeah, it's on. So I guess nothing.